What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more prints. And we're going back for some more prints provided by a great friend of the channel, Stan. And indeed, I was re-looking at the letter that he sent me when he sent me a whole bunch of music, which we are going to go through. And indeed, the only reason a couple of these haven't started yet is because I'm currently deep diving on the group and I've yet to get to that point, or group slash artist, and I've yet to get to the point of the album in question. For example, Pet Shop Boys Yes, which I believe is from the late 2000s, I think it's 2009. And there's in fact the album as well as another disc which says track by track commentary. I'm intrigued. And indeed, there's a Thomas Dolby album, which I think is ahead of where I am. So bottom line, I really do appreciate all the stuff you've shared with me, Stan, and I will get to it. And indeed, as I was mentioning, I was reading the letter, and I remembered that he had mentioned when he sent this to me that he was, dealing with some health issues, and I've seen Stan in the comments in recent weeks, and so I just happy to know that, whatever may be going on, they weren't, terribly serious, or at least you're still here, you're still commenting on music and still taking part in the channel. So I'm very happy to see that. But yeah, we're up to the Slammin' Mix, which is a name for a compilation that Stan put together of Prince's material. And so here, he talked about the Black Album, which people remember I went through to start my Prince journey. Okay, so it's pretty incredible opening. Oh, cut, Le Grind. Okay, so still talking about the Black Album. I've also burned a Prince mix I made when he passed away. It has favorite cuts of mine, a couple from the Black Album, so none of his big hits, more deeper cuts. That's cool. In particular, I enjoy when I find an artist or a group that I'm really fond of and I start going through some of their lesser known tunes and it's like, holy smokes, this is fantastic. And, like for example, Pet Shop Boys, I remember when I started going through their albums, people were like, make sure you do the B-sides because they put out crazy good tunes for B-sides. So yeah, looking forward to this compilation. The first tune is Le Grind. We obviously listened to that. And also, the next tune is Hot Thing. Now, I reacted to the Shep Pettibone remix of Hot Thing. Presumably, that's not terribly different from the track, like normal track version, which is like listed as explicit. So presumably there's like a radio version or something out there. If that is worth still listening to and is notably different from the Shep Pettibone remix, I'll circle back and I will listen to that. In the meantime, I'm going to listen to the Gold Standard because I'm pretty sure I haven't reacted to that tune. So as a name, the Gold Standard, it refers to the best model, the ideal template for someone to follow, and not just in theory or hypothetical, but an actual real world example, which then serves as the gold standard for everybody else to strive for. Now, also, the gold standard could refer to currency, meaning basing your economy and any paper currency on, the substance of gold, like backing it. Other countries have gone under the silver standard and so on. I feel like the title could perhaps play off both of those things and not be about either of them, or at least, do something else with the phrase. If I were to make a prediction between those two, I would say more the former, more the idea of something being so good that everybody else or everything else tries to emulate it. So let's find out what it actually is. This is Prince. The tune is The Gold Standard, and it's included in a mix provided by a great friend of the channel, Stan, who mentioned that this compilation features a number of tracks that are not necessarily his hits, but deeper cuts. It's hilarious. The end is very cheeky. Yeah, it's cool. And again, it's like when I react to his tunes, something that just keeps occurring to me, or that I keep experiencing as I listen to them. There's no like formula. It's not like A B B A. There's no like, oh, it's like the intro, and we have verse one, we have chorus one, or we have verse two, chorus two, outro, and like the choruses are the same as each other, and the verses have the same like melodic run. It's they just keep evolving. Like it's each Prince song is unique. Like I think I mentioned before the snowflake idea. Like there's no like tune that's like, oh, this is just like that, or like this falls into that same sort of formula as this other tune. It's just like each one has an improvisational feel. Each one seems to cycle through sections which are similar to those which came before, but which feature now like new flourishes, or like new extra like spoken vocals, or like crazy sound effects. Like there's just no like repetition, and I don't mean that like basically it's a very intuitive catalog that I've heard so far, meaning like it all seems to feel right and make sense, but it's not as like, ah, yes, like this is how they make a tune, or he makes a tune. Like it just, each one is like a unique one-off experience, it feels like. So apart from having like a soulful funky feel in just about everything, I suppose that is just an undeniable staple, but that's more like atmosphere and tone. That's not like specific like rhythm structure, or like melodic elements and so on. So again, like it just feels like Prince's tunes are like unique paintings, each one. It's not like, oh, like I've heard a Prince tune, therefore it feels like I've heard a lot of Prince tunes. So, and to be fair, that's I listen to some punk groups that like they found their wheelhouse and that's what they do. And it's like you could listen to an album 20 years like apart from another one of their albums, and it's still a similar sound. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. Indeed, if I like a sound like that, then it doesn't bother me that they just that's what they do. But it feels like Prince is one of those artists where it's like each adventure, or like each song will be an adventure, because it's nothing he's done before is necessarily a guarantee of what you're going to hear next, is what it feels like. So again, I'm still very early in the appreciation of his catalog, but that seems to be something that I just keep coming back to. Like, wow, that was like a crazy experience, and different from his other crazy experiences that I've heard before. So long may that continue. Again, let me know if I should indeed go back and do the Hot Thing explicit, as opposed to the Chet Pettibone remix, which I did. I think Izzy sent me that. But the next tune, assuming we keep moving forward, will be Pop Life. And what does it say? The French dance? Fresh? I think it's Fresh. Yeah, the Fresh dance mix. So that'll be the next one, followed by Sign of the Times. I think he did mention, did stand, yeah, like Super Funky Califragisexy. That was on the Black Album, right? So that one, again, we've heard it before, but I think most of them on here will be new. So looking forward to that. And again, as I mentioned, I do have the Purple Rain vinyl, so once we get through this, I can go to that before we even need to worry about like what the next step for Prince will be. So as I said, assuming we move forward in this playlist, the next one will be the fresh dance mix of Pop Life. Once again, major shout out to Stan. Very excited to continue to go through all the stuff you sent me. And again, we've got Thomas Dolby, we've got Pet Shop Boys, we've got, what is it, The Associates, perhaps. So yeah, ultimately, plenty more stuff as well. Looking forward to it. Let me know what you think of this tune, and I will see you next time. Peace.